That's right. Welcome to Pins and Things. Today we're going to be making a Rey Skywalker costume. Check it out. This is amazing. I found everything that I needed just at the thrift store. So this part is the part that's gonna go over the shoulders, crisscross in front, and hang down to the sides. I just found a curtain and it's a little bit see-through. This is the exact material that I need. So I just grabbed a couple of panels of this. So what I'm going to do is just show you each piece of this costume one piece at a time. For the arms, we've kind of imitated what the bandages look like that you can get for like first aid stuff. So you can see the Velcro right here, and that part just holds itself together. It's got Velcro on this side right here and this side right here. And then it just wraps around, wrapped it all the way down and then tucked it in. So there's no Velcro. You can add Velcro if you want it to stay a little bit better, but this works just fine. So less work, right? That's what I like. And then for this part, we actually just took a piece of a purse. For the purse, I just got it at the thrift store for a couple bucks. All of the leather things on this costume have been pieced together from these different purses. So I'll just show you with this one. We cut it off the very bottom of the purse, cut it into a rectangle, put Velcro on both ends and made it so that you can just Velcro it together around the wrist. Really simple, really easy, but it gives the right effect. So for the waist part, the satchel and this whole thing that goes together, in the movie it's connected right here with a big piece of leather. We had to piece it together, obviously. So I'm just gonna show you how to take it off and how it's put together. So this is a belt that I actually pulled off of a purse. Again, just one of the straps of the purse. And then here is another purse that this part goes through just like that. And I actually got the strap just because it was the same color as this satchel that's hanging on the back of the costume. We took this leather piece off of it and basically just made a rectangle. Made it so that we can stick both of the belts into it and make it look like it's all one big belt and just connect it at this part. And it just really just fits everything through it. I can actually cover the belts and like the little buckles and things with this square, so it's perfect. It looks a lot more not of this world, if you know what I mean. So this is obviously the most complicated part of the costume. It's this whole piece right here. I'll just explain. I have the belt that we actually sewed onto this part right here because we wanted to make it gathered in the right places. So we gathered it first right here with this backing behind the gather. You can see it like that. But because we did that, it had a whole bunch of stitches that we didn't want showing. And we also wanted everything to be held in place really well with this belt. So we just went ahead and stitched over the stitches that were already on the belt. And so it looks like it's just holding it perfectly in place, but it's actually all sewn together. This part right here, what we did with it, because it's also another piece that kind of helps hold everything in the right place. We were gonna cut it right here, but we decided to just tie it around the waist, and that's another thing that helps keep everything in the right place. And we have Velcro on it, so it's super easy. I'll put it over everything so you can kind of see. Here's the Velcro piece that's the hard part, and here's the soft. And the soft goes over the entire length, so somebody that's not this exact size can wear it too, just a little bit more adjustable. Stick it on there, and I actually want it to be underneath so that I can cover it with the belt. And then I'm just kind of wrapping it, getting it out of the way, and then the belt will cover everything else. So the next part is the shoulders, and normally I would have just gathered this part and put it on my shoulders, but it just didn't have enough stability. It was just gonna slide off because it's kind of a slippery fabric in a way. So we put Velcro there too, just to keep it simple. Peel it away slowly. And it's just put over the top of the gather. You can see all the stitches on it, but I don't think it's enough to make it like, oh, that looks terrible. I think it works. So we're just gonna stick that, we just stick that part right there, and then it's the same on the other side. Super easy. So this is before the movie is coming out, so we did our very best just looking at all of the little pictures that we could see from the trailer. This side, it looks like it has a connected piece. So we just made it connected. This part was not connected, so it was not not sewn together before. I just looked at a picture and kind of twisted it, saw how it laid, and then I was like, you know what, that looks good. So let's just sew it together right there. So we just sewed it together right here. And then the other side are these other two pieces that just go up over the shoulder and back down over here. So if I tug on this, it's really just like pulling on this one shoulder. That makes sense. And these are just loose pieces, and I just kind of made them the same length. To store it, I think what I want to do to make it a little bit more raggedy is just to like wrap it up like this and tie it in a knot. And maybe get it wet, wrap it up and tie it in a knot and let it dry that way so that it looks super raggedy and kind of nasty, because that's how hers looks. So for the base of the costume, underneath all of the fluff and the frilly stuff, we just have a tan shirt and the Velcro on the top of the sleeves to hold everything in place. It was just a completely round collar, and all I did was make it a very thin slice, and because it's stretchy, it stretched out more, so make sure to not like cut a V or else it's gonna be like really wide open. That's all it is for the shirt. For the pants, what we have here is they were about down to here and just capris. I just cut them at the length that they need to be, which is right below the knee. What I had left over, I cut into strips, as long as I could make them, tied them together, and then I just wrapped back and forth these parts right here. Now for the boots, hers are super raggedy and nasty looking. I just went to the thrift store and found these for $4. Super easy, super cheap, out of style, so they're everywhere. Perfect for this costume. She has very minimal makeup, just enough to kind of make sure you can see her features on her face. And then for the hair, it's just pulled down, and it pulled back into a little pony right here. Just a clear band right here. 3 buns on the back. And the buns were just ponytails that weren't pulled all the way through, just enough to make a little loop. You can see the loop here. With the rest of the hair from the ponytail, I wrapped that around the base of the bun, and I did that 3 times. I'm pinning it in place as I go. I have to fluff it out, kind of make it look like the other ones, then I will. Super easy. One last touch that I want to do to this costume, and that is make it look grimy, because let's face it, the costume that I have looks like it was brand new from the store, right? What I want to do is actually take a little bit of black spray paint and mist it very lightly, just enough to give it a little bit of a grimy look. Thank you guys for watching. I think it turned out amazing, and I hope you do too. You can also watch our how to make a lightsaber video that we made. And these lightsabers that we have are super soft, and you can hit people really hard with them and it won't even hurt. Also, you can watch our EWOK costume video. That's super easy. If you want, you can follow me on the Beach House. It's our daily video channel. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. And we always have more costumes coming, more crafts and recipes coming. So stay tuned, and we'll see you guys next time. And may the Force be with you. Star Wars kid!